This is a review video for Boku no Hero Academia Season 2, Episode 7. So yeah, click on the description below to go watch my reaction to it if you want to see it for yourself without me spoiling everything that happened in these episodes, or on this episode. So go click away, watch the reaction, then come back here and see my full thoughts, my full theories, all good stuff. I even have a helpful little thing to have like a little prediction fest off kind of thing. So come back here once you're done and enjoy the reaction and such. So yeah, click away now or be spoiled as to what happened in the episode. Okay. So, super freaking cool episode. I loved it a lot. I loved the Midoriya bit so much. Like him, being controlled by the guy. What's his name? I need to pull up that list again. His name, Hitachi. Hitachi? They said it in the episode. I forgot how to pronounce it. I apologize. Him, the mind controller guy. So yeah, he basically came in with this quirk kind of in hand as we were like kind of seeing him like in the past, like a couple years later or whatever, or previously, when he first got into the Hero Academy. Everyone is saying like, this quirk can be like meant to be used as a villain and all this stuff like that, and he just wants to be a hero. He wants to be a hero, but his quirk says otherwise, kind of stuff. So I feel for him. I definitely do. It sucks being like that. I full on thought he was going to be like a total dick and like just be like an asshole the entire time, but I don't know. He's growing on me. He's a cool character. So yeah, that fight was pretty awesome with Midoriya, like, kind of like overtaking the power and like being a total badass with it. Like him like seeing a glimpse or like the silhouette of all of the previous All Might people and everything. That was freaking cool. I love that a lot. And just enough to get his fingers moving, enough to do like the little flick thing with his fingers with the All for One. Super freaking hype. I love the episode so much. Like the hype was like real the entire episode. Then we had the whole episode, the whole fight with Todoroki and Henta Siro, one of him, the rubber band guy with the out of his arms or whatever. He went out of the gate immediately, like just like he's like, all right, let's do this, and they're like, go, and he's like, just started just like immediately went to fight. That was awesome. I love that, like just like immediately went. But of course, Todoroki being Todoroki, just wants to win, like with determination in his heart, and just like obliterated him in one shot. And what a shot too! Like it had a shot outside where everybody else was like I can't remember what their names are, but it's one of the heroes that we first saw in the very first episode of season 1. I keep wanting to say Roadblock, but I don't think that's his name. Is he on this list? Maybe he is on this list. Oh wait, yeah, Death Goro. Guess. Yeah. The guy with like the hazard thing on his face. So yeah, he was outside and he saw like the ice come out from like the top of the arena. That was so cool. I loved also how all the people in the stands are like, well, good try. like they they in a way they weren't actually like rooting for Todoroki. They were just like full on being like, wait, well, you lost, but good try, kind of thing, to the other guy, right? Just to Zero. So yeah, I'm excited to see who's gonna go up next. So I have this cool, helpful little thing I want to do, as you can see here. So these are my predictions on what is going to happen in this scenario. So as we know two people who have been defeated. So I'm going to do this. Yes, you have been defeated, and You have been defeated. Wait, what? I think I did that wrong. There we go. You defeated. There you go. So yeah, those two have been defeated, and then Midoriya and Teriyaki move up. So we know that much. That much has been confirmed in this episode. Basically, those two won the match, and they're doing their own thing. I should probably move over because the camera's like so. I'm like way over here, like on the corner, like hit like talking, but like I have all this room to like move around. Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, so okay, so I need help on names. Names are gonna be so hard. Okay, so the Ivy girl, what's her name? Ibarra? I don't think it's an L. I think it's Ibarra. Ivy girl versus the Lightning Kid, Denki. So between them, like, okay, so we know if Denki uses his abilities too much, he starts to get dumbfounded or whatever. All we know for Ivy girl is she, or I should say hair girl, whatever. It looks like Ivy. That's why I'm saying Ivy. She can move her hair and do whatever she wants with it. Like kind of like, you know, her hair is like a part of her kind of thing. We saw that when she like used her hair to go pick up one of the headbands off of one of the other students. It was kind of like just like a Lego slither kind of thing. Grabbed it and then brought it back to her. So it stands to reason she has full control over her hair, basically. I'm wondering if it's conductible, where like if he does use electricity on her, does it shoot through her hair, or is it something else? I don't know. I know electricity affects hair, to, you know, a certain degree for us. You know, like, you know, hair stands up on you know, the top, whatever like that. I'm wondering if her hair in particular does do the same thing. I would assume so. But between them, she doesn't typically have any kind of like. I mean, I'm sure she could probably whip people or like wrap around them and like throw them somewhere, but it's got to be pretty strong hair to do that. And of course, he can do electricity and everything. So I don't know. For this one, I'm cutting shooting for Electricity Kid Denki. Yeah, I mean, it'd be cool to see in kind of like a B class. I think she's B class. I remember if she's B class or not. But it'd be cool to see them kind of in the race or whatever. But I'm gonna go for Denki. I think Denki might win. So I'm gonna move him up here. So yeah, remember this is all predictions. I don't know, and we're gonna see if this actually comes true or not. All my predictions. If at the very end or, you know, next episode, whatever, I'm gonna see if my predictions come true, and we can kind of flip flop them if my predictions aren't true, whatever. So yeah, my prediction is Denki might win that fight with Ivy Girl. But it's kind of like a close one though. It's kind of a toss up with them because if she's very powerful with her hair, I can definitely see her winning. But I don't know her capabilities yet because we haven't seen very much of her. So I would assume Denki's going to win that fight. But it's a toss up. Okay, so Ida and the support girl, what's her name? Maya? Maya? Hatsumi. So unless she has some kind of like battle gadget or so far we've only seen her do like what her classes support, right? Like her department, I guess is what they call them. So stuff like rocket packs and like hover boots and that kind of thing. So I'm wondering if she does have anything attack, like that kind of attack people, or, you know, harm them, or use her support gadgets to knock them out of the ring or something. But overall, I feel like Ida might win, mostly for the fact because he doesn't use gadgets, he just uses his legs and he can be very quick about it. Though it looks like his superpower thing the super overpowered thing that he can do, the super quick thing, can only be a one-shot tactic. So I don't know. That's a toss up as well. That's a kind of like playing on their roles. I mean, Ida doesn't even have attackable traits that we know of, other than like punching kind of thing. So unless he can grab her and throw her out of the ring, or she could do the same thing potentially with her gadgets. They're both of them aren't really fighting. They're not great at combat that we know of. I'm sure Ida can do some cool things we don't know about, as well as Hatsumi. I'm sure she can do some stuff we don't even know about with her guidance and everything. Um, I don't know. I have no idea. I think for this one, I think Ida might win this one. Only because he's more of a main character than she is, but I mean that's kind of harsh to go by that too as well. Um, oh, this is rough. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Ida because we don't know what kind of support gadgets that she has other than the stuff we've seen, which is like rocket packs, hover boots, that kind of thing. I'm sure she's gonna bring something to fight with, but overall, I don't know. I'm kind of rooting for Ida for this one, so we'll move him up there. Okay, so without a doubt, Mina versus I always forget his name, Starboy. Um, Yuga. Without a doubt, I full on believe Mina's gonna win. I'm not even gonna second thought that, because Starboy has been very not great in like everything. I think he came last in the tournament that they did. He did. Wait, did he? Yuga. Yeah, he came last in the foot race. Um, I mean, just like straight, like we saw him using his ability to like propel himself really far, and he was like with other students and everything. But I think of how his quirk works is he can only use it a couple of times before he starts getting like kind of panty and like exhausted by it. So I feel like he can only use it to either propel himself, but like I don't know. Did we see him use it as an attack against the robots? I feel like we did at some point. I feel like at some point we saw him use his ability, maybe in the obstacle, to fight the robots. But it was like once. I feel like I don't know why I feel like we've seen it. Maybe we haven't. I don't know. Overall, I think Mina has a shot. She uses her power like a second ability, like a second nature. It comes to her like immediately, and there's no downside that we know of for her using it. So it stands to reason Mina's gonna win this. So that's why I put her up there. Okay, so next we have Momo and Tokoyami. So this one's rough too as well because they both can be damaging and support. As we know from Tokoyami, his shadow ability can only what was it? It was something like if it's in his shadow, it can't be controlled as well as he can in sunlight or something like that, right? I feel like something like that. Like something like that. It was like he can't in sunlight he can control it fine. In shadow, it's like a wild card. I think in an intense sense, he can't control his shadow friend. So, and I'm pretty sure the battle is going to take place during the day. So that whole thing is not going to be an issue unless Momo does something to cause shade or or something on the battlefield. But as we know with Momo, her ability only works just to focus a lot of energy in order to do a certain task. We saw her in season 1 do a blanket, but it did take a lot out of her I'm pretty sure it did, and it took a lot of energy for her to do it. So if she wants to do a big shade like net thing, it would cause a lot of energy for her to do it. So I wouldn't see that as viable for her to do that. So for now, I'm saying the battle's going to be during the day. So with that in mind, Tokiyami can control his shadow just fine, and Momo is probably going to do some either cannon stuff or some kind of blanket technique maybe, or some kind of other like thing that she can create, like maybe a spear weapon, something like that, to help fight. So I don't know. It's kind of a toss up. Like these fights are they're interesting. They're very very interesting. um. So oh my god, I don't know. I like Momo a lot. Her characters are pretty awesome. I don't think we've seen the full extent of her powers yet. Because so far we've seen her fight robots with cannons. We've seen her use her quirk to, do like a blanket to like hide from, or shade from electricity. And we also saw her do a grounding rod, that she put down on the ground to help electricity as well. So with that in mind, I feel like she could probably dish out something pretty decent, and potentially win the battle. But again, I don't know. Shadow Guy is pretty awesome. I like Tokiyami, and his little pet guy. I don't know. That's really tough. I think I'm gonna go with Shadow Guy. I think I'm gonna do that. I feel like he can. If it is sunlight, that means he can control his guy, like, with no problem, kind of thing. Whatever. I would love to see what it looks like when there is shade, like when he can't control it, right? Because I would love to see what happens. Anyways, it is sunlight, and unless Momo does something to cause shade, I don't see that becoming a problem at all. So I feel like Tokiyami might win this. So I'm gonna move Tokiyami up. He's my pick. With that fight, though, like I said, it's toss up with Momo. I don't know. She could probably dish out something pretty well. But again, it's kind of like a thing where she has to focus a lot of energy to do each task. So unless she wins immediately, I don't see her going as long as like if Tokiyami does, kind of thing. Yeah, if that makes any sense. Then we have hardening versus hardening. Kirishima and Tetsu. I don't know. At this point, it's a literal toss-up. They have the same ability, though. Kirishima is all about hardening his skin to like armor, and Tetsu is all about turning his skin into metal. It looks like. I say metal because it looks like metal. I don't think it's actually been confirmed if it is metal or not. But also that his voice actor is Gajio as well, which is hilarious. I don't know. That's a toss up as well. I have no idea which one of them would win. I would probably like. I would hate to go for the trope about like the character with the most limelight is the one who's going to win, because Tetsu is a B class student, so I would go for Kirishima for winning this fight, only because he's more of a main character than Tetsu is. Even though Tetsu is an interesting character, he is a B class student, background character in a way. So I wouldn't see him winning. So I'm gonna go for that, even though it's kind of like a weird kind of cop out answer, saying like, he's gonna win because he's a more of a main character than the other guy. But I have to go for that. Okay, so final lineup in this the tier 1. um, we have Infinity Girl and Bakugo. So I said this first when we first saw this mashup. I think Bakugo is gonna take it like immediately. Infinity Girl's cool. Her power's awesome. It's not for battle though. It's. I mean, we've seen her use her technique to fight robots a little bit during the robot battle. Um, but I don't see her winning against Bakugo. Bakugo is like that, the explodingness, the right in your face, just like get in front of them as soon as possible and just punch them, or like like just explode them. So I feel, or like push them out of the ring kind of thing. Explode out of the ring. Maybe Infinity Girl makes her body like lighter than light, and then he like does an explosion to like knock her back kind of thing, and she can't get away, or she can't turn it off enough, and she gets out of the ring or whatever. That's why I'm kind of like another scenario that could happen. But ultimately, I think if Bakugo's got it, I think he definitely will win that fight. Sadly, I like I said, I like Infinity Girl a lot, but I think Bakugo's gonna win. Okay, so yeah, with that in mind, that's my predictions for round, the first tier or whatever. So, I'm gonna still go on and see who I think might win above this. But if next episode reveals that whoever wins is gonna change my lineup, I think I'm gonna jump back and change this out and do another prediction to see because if any one of these things change, it's going to change my whole outlook on who's going to win. So this is what my prediction is for tier 1 or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, so for Midoriya and Todoroki, I definitely feel like Midoriya's gonna win this because he's main character, but also because he's All Might. Like he's basically All Might. So power wise, he's awesome, but Todoroki is awesome as well. In this episode as well, episode 7, we actually did get to see him talk a little bit with Endeavor, which was pretty awesome. And it seems like he's got more siblings as well that Endeavor made, or whatever, try to get the perfect son, or whatever, to fight All Might. But yeah, I feel like him like rebelling, like not rebelling, but like him not using his fire is definitely a downside for him. I know he doesn't like to use his fire because it kind of gives into his dad, but it's a fact that it's going to hinder his ultimate power to fight Midoriya. So yeah, I mean I just feel like immediately like Midoriya's gonna win that fight. Like it's not immediately probably, but I feel like Midoriya's very smart, and he has like that whole list where he can, or he's been studying other heroes all his life basically. So I'm sure he can do some kind of tactic to get out of that, in kind of like any kind of scenario, get out of like ice, or that kind of thing, or break ice, with his finger, or do something badass and like just like totally control his ability immediately, and just like punch something and not hurt himself. It's gonna be awesome. So yeah, I am rooting for Midoriya because I would love to see him fight other people. I, I don't know. I love seeing Midoriya fight. I love to see like the all for one ability, just like that ultimate power stuff. So yeah, okay. So next up we have Lightning Kid and Ida. So this one's kind of, I can go. Okay, so immediately I think Lightning Kid's going to win only because his ability is more attackable. He can actually use his ability to attack. But I can also see him losing because he's trying to use his attack and Ida's dodging it, and he can't get land to hit in time, and he starts to get dumbfounded, and then Ida comes in and like hits him or whatever. So I don't know. I feel like I also don't feel like Ida's fast enough to dodge lightning, but maybe he is. I don't know. Maybe that maybe another like ability or something like that. But yeah, we saw him do that one ability, and also yeah, he was the same team as him. So if anything, it's kind of disadvantage because Lightning Kid's gonna know exactly um what to expect. He's gonna do like this kind of like burst thing right at him. So he's gonna do some kind of lightning thing to like hit right in front of him, kind of thing. So it's kind of like here Ida already showed his trump card. So yeah, I don't know. It's that's a toss up, but I don't know. I feel like if at all possible, Ida can dodge all of his attacks like immediately. Sorry, hiccup. So I'm going to say Ida, but that's I don't feel confident in that one. I'm not, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. That's a real freaking toss up. Ah, I don't know that one. That one's like it can go either way. Like either Ida's powerful enough or fast enough to dodge all his lightning to make him dumbfounded to be weakened, or Lightning Kid does such a like a wide attack kind of thing, whatever. The Ida can't dodge it and gets hit by it or something, and then he gets out. So I don't know. I'm gonna stick with Ida. I'm gonna say Ida's gonna win. Okay, Mina versus Tokiyami. So Tokiyami's got his shadow friend to help out. Mina just has her acid stuff. So as much as I hate to say it, I feel like Tokiyami is going to take this one. I would love more than anything in the world to see Mina win, but I feel like Tokiyami's got this upper hand. Again, it's kind of like one of those things. Like as long as it's daytime, he can control his power, which makes it more deadly. Because he can do more with it, kind of stuff. So yeah, I feel like Tokiyami. I don't know why I'm yawning. Tokiyami's gonna win that only because his ability to control his kind of like shadow friend or whatever. I feel like he can do a lot with it. Also, it's more attackable. He actually, I'm pretty sure he can attack with it. We haven't seen him attack with it. Not that we know of. Have we seen him? Have we seen his thing other than season 2? That's the question. I don't know if we have or not. I feel like we only see him in season 2, so I feel like it is possible for it to attack though, like just like full front, just start punching kind of stuff. I don't think Mina can do her punches. I feel like her ability is more so. Well, it is acid, or goo, or what exactly is it? I don't remember if it is acid or goo. I can't remember. I feel like it's acid. I feel like it's been said that it's acid, or some kind of stuff that she can excrete or whatever. So if it is acid, then I could. That's. I keep overthinking everything. I don't know. I love Mina to death, but I feel like Tokiyama's got this one. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna say Tokiyami. He's a kid kind of getting up there in terms of like um in favorites and everything. Like he's gaining rank and not in rank in the show, but he's gaining popularity in the show terms. He's getting more screen time with his ability and everything. So I feel like that kind of thing kind of can factor into it. I don't know. Okay, so Bakugo versus Kirishima. So we know that Kirishima's ability can deflect Bakugo's explosions. That one kid that can copy abilities can like steal them, kind of thing, for like 5 minutes, whatever he can do. he touched Kirishima's head and got his ability to harden his skin. And Bakugo went in to punch or explode, whatever. Hit the hardening, stopped it like dead in the tracks, and didn't hurt him at one bit. So I feel like also Bakugo has got like the determination to go all out and like just go ham as best as he can. So I feel like this battle more leans towards Bakugo winning. Kirishima's got the hardening, and I think his hand goes sharper when he does it. So potentially he could get some kind of like knife action going on with his hands and everything. So, but ultimately, I think Bakugo might win this one. Maybe, maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna say Bakugo is gonna win this one. He's probably gonna win against them. Yeah. Who knows? It's gonna be one of those things where like I predict that's gonna happen, and then the show does like a at the last minute turnaround where like Kirishima is gonna like do some kind of like wacky maneuver to like knock him out of the ring, and then it's gonna like make me look like a fool or something like that. I don't know, but yeah. So I think Bakugo. I'm predicting Bakugo's gonna win. Um, so yeah, so that's second tier, whatever, done. So like I said, if this is wrong, then I can go back to it and change it if need be. But these are my predictions so far. So not final, but tier 3 or whatever. Midoriya versus Ida. Again, I just have to go with the whole trump card with Midoriya being the main character. His ability being super freaking powerful, and Midoriya being super smart in terms of studying heroes and everything. I'm sure he can find a way to attack, defend, something, outmaneuver, outsmart Ida. Also, Midoriya knows about his super speed now, so he can learn from that last game and properly dodge or attack or whatever to defend against it. So I'm gonna say Midoriya is going to win that one and move up to the final. So the next one, freaking badass bird guy versus badass fire explosion guy. Tokiyami and Bakugo. So I don't know exactly if because we don't know anything about Tokiyami's shadow friend. I don't know if he's actually solid or if he's a shadow creature, like we can like phase through him or something. We don't know anything. Nothing. We don't know anything about his ability. So I don't know. That one's a super freaking hard one to decide. I feel like Bakugo's got to win this one because then it's going to be an ultimate fight versus Midoriya and Bakugo, and then we'll see who's going to be the best one, kind of thing, because they've been best friends for so long. Well, best friends, whatever. They've been rivals, I guess, for so long. Even though Midoriya doesn't really see him as a rival more than a friend, but Bakugo's been shooting to beat him ever since he lost the heroes versus villains kind of like test scenario that he did. There's a couple of things that he's kind of been fighting against. So I feel like Bakugo's got to win this one. Ability wise, between Tokiyami and Bakugo is, I don't know. Like I said, we don't know too much about Tokiyami's shadow friend. But again, it's probably going to be daytime, so he's going to have full control over it. I don't know. That's so hard to choose. I don't know. I'm gonna say Bakugo. Yeah, I'm gonna. It's so hard. I'm gonna say Bakugo. Only because it's gonna be like the two kind of big characters that we've seen kind of butt heads over the course of the show, both seasons. Midoriya using his quirks and everything to win against Bakugo. Bakugo not successfully winning the fights went up against Midoriya. Like when they first did like I said, the Heroes and Villains episode, Midoriya outsmarted him in the hallway and like did like the kind of full kind of like maneuver to kind of like knock him off his feet kind of thing. And then the whole punch upward thing while blocking the fire tactic to win the game, but ultimately win the battle between them. Or they didn't. It's a tie or whatever. So Bakugo's got to be like up there with them if Midoriya is the final. Again, this is all predictions. I don't know anything beyond what we've seen in up to episode 7. I know nothing. Also, yeah, if because there's a manga, right? So if there is a manga and you know who's gonna win, please don't spoil it for me. Please, for the love of God, don't spoil it. If people do spoil stuff in the comments below, yell at them for me. I'll try to get my mods to make sure stuff isn't getting spoiled and stuff like that. But like I said, these are all my predictions. Don't confirm nor deny something. I don't know. These are just my thoughts. I just wanted to kind of make my thoughts on screen kind of thing, so that way you guys kind of know who I'm rooting for kind of thing, or what I'm thinking in my mind about who might win the battle, or battles, I should say. But yeah, so Midoriya versus Bakugo, that's a toss-up, but I feel like Midoriya's going to win, because, again, the kind of like main character trope kind of thing. But Midoriya is, in terms of power, way stronger, and I feel like at that point in the battle bracket system, Midoriya might actually get the chance to fight without breaking himself. That might be the battle where he doesn't want to hurt Bakugo, but he's got to use his ability to defeat him. So he uses his thing to do maybe like a wind attack kind of thing, where he like stops in midair and makes a wind gust to like knock Bakugo down without hurting himself, and then probably does it again or whatever like that. I feel like that battle, Midoriya versus Bakugo, that's got to be the battle where Midoriya levels up in a way, is able to use his ability without hurting himself. I feel like that's definitely going to be the fight where that's going to happen. So ultimately, I think Midoriya is going to win. Again, once again, this is my predictions. Do not spoil anything. These are my predictions. Like for example, if Midoriya was way down here at the bottom with Todoroki, I bet you, for some odd reason, Todoroki is the winner, and then he's gonna be climbing up here and then fighting Bakugo and winning, or something like that, like some kind of weird scenario. But ultimately, I feel like it's gonna be Midoriya. I feel like Midoriya's gonna win. Ultimately, I just love the Midoriya hype, like around his power and everything, and being like All Might. So ultimately, I think he's gonna win. Yeah, Bakugo wants to win so badly, but I feel like Midoriya has the upper hand on everything, because he's been researching everything about Bakugo. He knows all of his secrets and everything. Well, not all his secrets, but he knows a lot about Bakugo from growing up, and other tactics. And Midoriya has seen Bakugo fight before, so I'm sure he knows some kind of tactic to fight against him, that kind of thing. So yeah, Midoriya definitely has the smarts to do it, I feel. So that's my predictions. Like I said, it's only predictions. There's no solid evidence whatsoever that I have, other than the two at the very bottom left. we can confirm 100% that Midoriya and Tokiyama are Todoroki. There we go. Todoroki, and Midoriya won their battles. So those are the only two that we confirmed know for fact won. I'm hoping we get to see every single fight, like all these fights, every 1v1 fight. I would love to see every single one of them. I think someone confirmed in the comments for me last episode or whatever. It's gonna be 24 episode season. So if it is 24 episodes, I feel like every episode we could get typically 2 fights potentially, and then once we get into like the higher tier ones, we can get 1 fight per episode. I feel like that could possibly be a thing. Like one episode, was the first 2 fights, right? Next episode was these 2 fights here. Next episode, like episode 8, episode 9, episode 10, and then potentially 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So it's 15 if it's like, well, okay, wait, no. Episode 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So there could be 17 episodes if they do 2 fights per episode on the first tier, and then one episode per fight afterwards. It'll be about 17 episodes. But yeah, I ultimately I feel like they can definitely show all the fights. I hope they do. I hope to God they do every single fight and they show us what happens in all the fights. I would hate more than anything for them to be like, they're doing a talking thing with like one of the main characters, whatever. In the background, you hear like the announcer going like, "And they win!" Like we don't get to see the fight at all. We just like discover like, oh, Mina won the fight, or whatever. I hope we get to see it. I definitely do hope we get to see every single fight. Like I said, we're only at episode 7 and we're just getting started. We definitely have the episodes to do it, and I hope we do get to see all the fights in their entirety. I mean, even if this is like episode 7 and then 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. If every fight was 1 episode, it'll be episode 20 by the time we get to the final fight. And that'll leave us 5 more episodes to do something like that. So potentially there could be fights where they take 2 episodes to do. I could definitely see that happening. Maybe the Midoriya and Todoroki fight. Like that could be a 2 episode kind of thing. But yeah, like I said, this is my predictions. This is out here in the open now to the public. This is what I think might happen. Though a couple of the fights were kind of a toss-up, and I'm kind of wondering still who might win. But yeah, as time goes on, next week I'll do a revisal on this if my predictions are wrong, which they probably will be. So if my predictions are wrong, I can come back here and kind of redo bits of it as I see fit, or any kind of new information pops up about any character. I can kind of revise this thing and kind of thing, and we'll mishmash everything again. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the reaction, and yeah, let me know down below if you guys agree or disagree with my predictions. But again, no spoilers. Please, love God, don't spoil anything. It's such a dick move if you spoil stuff like that, because I'm a reactor. I'm supposed to be going in blind and not knowing a single freaking thing. That way my reaction is pure and not tainted by like spoilers and crap. So don't confirm nor deny my predictions. Just I don't know. It's kind of a minefield to ask you guys what you guys think. I don't know. Yeah. It's really freaking hard to ask you guys what you guys think, because there are going to be some people who are going to talk too much in this spoiler territory. I don't know. It sucks, but I don't know. let me know down below what you guys thought of the 2 fights we saw with Midoriya and what's his face again? Hold on, Midoriya and Shinso, and then Tokiyama. What? Todoroki and Zero. Let me know what you guys thought of those fights. Just those fights. We saw those two fights by themselves already. So there you have it. I'll see you guys next week for some more Boku no Hero Academia. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next week. Take care, everybody.